Hello YouTube, this is Sir Odie coming at you with some hard mode Mashinky. If you just watched the episode 1 of this series, we're right where we left off. We had just completed building our money making route, which is 3 cities being connected. We're gaining a decent amount of money, nothing great yet. The game's still kind of new. So as these cities grow, as more people are delivered from city to city and they grow, we'll start getting more money. But we have enough to get started on hunting for some lumber yards. What we're interested in is we're wanting roughly two forests, relatively close to sawmills, which are also close to tool works. Those are very spread out, but is doable. 3 coal in the area to the tool works will probably be pretty useful. Excuse me. Later on in the game, when we get into the last phase, a lot of the trains that we can build require coal as an upkeep. Right now all of our trains require money as upkeep. If you watch them as they zip around, you can see these little green -1s appearing, because the trains I'm using right now cost 1 upkeep. When they're sitting in the station, they don't acquire upkeep. When they're on the track itself, whether they're stopped at a signal or moving, they require upkeep. So endgame, we're going to be using trains that require 3 coal each as upkeep. So we're going to want an area where we're just doing coal into a workshop, tool works. But this particular episode, I guess we can do that. And next episode we'll take care of the wood. Let's look around first, see if we have an area which is ideal for wood. And if we can find one, we'll do wood. Because it is beneficial to get wood before coal. Coal is more useful in the end game, but wood is very useful, needed. Oh, I had a train crash. Where did you guys crash? It says train 2 crashed. Trains 1 and 3 crashed. Where could they have crashed? Well, let's go ahead and replace them.
Connection lost.
Let's go ahead, engine. We're using the porters, and we're using the push cars until we get to roughly 5.72. Let's copy one of the existing trains to get the orders. Get that one on the track. Did I just crash a train that I just created? Oh, I see. That was train 3, which was open, which was one that crashed. Okay, back to doing the lumber. So what I mentioned earlier is we're looking for multiple forests close to a tool shop, and we need a sawmill. So this area at first glance looks good, but there's no sawmill anywhere to turn that wood into lumber. Here's a sawmill. We've got a bunch of lumber here, and we've got tool works. That's kind of spread out in a mountainous area to haul everything over there. Let's see if we can find something a little more convenient. Here we've got 2 lumber, a sawmill, and a tool works. It's all on flat ground, so that is probably going to be our best bet. I would have preferred to have more than 2 lumber yards. Or 2 forests, not lumber yards. Okay, so let's come over here. First thing we want to do is get the station down. The reason we want to get the station down first is while we're figuring things out, these guys can be acquiring logs. I've got a decent amount of money, so let's look at how we can upgrade the forest. Let's put a nursery down. That's going to get us 2 logs out of there. And come on over to this one and do the same. Now, we can't do anything upgraded to the stations until we start getting lumber tokens and coal tokens. Again, I'm going to want to do the double stations. We need it to come to the sawmill area. We need station not. Now at the sawmill we're going to be dropping off and picking up. So we're going to want, we can drop off on one track and let's pick up with 2 tracks. So let's do a total of 2 there, and let's go with 1 on the, well, let's just go with that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a loop that's going to pick up from here, going to go by here, or let's see, we can have a return trip come up and branch off in both directions. Ugh. do that out the back of the station.
Connected.
Okay, let's see. We can kind of make a heart type shape here. Let me do this without crossing the tracks. Oh, having a little trouble here. There we go.
Connection lost.
Okay, so this particular station, we're going to go the opposite direction than what we normally do. So let's see what we got going. We got the train going this way, down here, up around here. No, that is wrong. Out here, down here, into the station, out the back of the station. Okay, so, oh, just do? I just
Connected.
twisted the map somehow. Oh, okay. Holding down the right mouse button rotates the map, apparently. Didn't realize that. Never really did that before. Okay, so we're going to tie this in down here. So we got our trains coming out of this station, going in here, tying into this one. This station's coming out here, tying into this. So we're going to have multiple trains meeting at this point, and we're going to need signals right there, and they need to be pointing down. Okay, so the trains are going to come out here, go in here. Let's break this track up a bit by signals. Okay, now we gotta figure out what we... Now we gotta figure out what we want to do with this track here. We need to get it either over or under that track. We could cross it, but then that's going to make other trains have to stop. We can't go over it right there, because you can't go over an angled. It has to be a 90-degree. Or the bridge needs to be extended longer. If you notice here, this loop is 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the tightest you can make a track, is 6 spaces. Now, the trains that I'm going to have on here, opportunity, gold, and iron and coal. So iron's on the map. We've taken quite a bit of time, so as we can see, iron's appeared. A lot of iron there. The problem's going to be iron and coal in the same area. But that's another episode. Let's get back to our wood over here. Now I can go over or I can go under. Going under is $376. Going over is $280. Let's go for that. And we got this extra track right here we can get rid of. And now we've got to get back up to there. We've got 2 places right here that if we wanted to, we could do a little loop. We could do it for the mail.
Connection lost.
Eventually we'll want to do mail, but we're going to ignore it for now. go around the back of this one, just in case we do want to eventually. Okay, so we've got quite a long stretch here, so let's break it up with signals.
Connected.
Okay, we've got our wood part going. If you look, our wood places are full of wood. So, where can we tie in our depot? We're gonna have tracks going out here, looping around to there. If you're wondering why I did that so far, that way I can put these here and have enough room for a train in that gap there. And then right up here we're going to branch off into here.
Connection lost.
I don't want to connect there, probably because of the signal there. So let's get rid of that signal. Get that track in. And put those signals there and there. Okay, so we're gonna have basically 3 potential routes merging into one. We want them all to stop if there's a train anywhere from here to here. Okay, so we've got our route to the thing. Now we need to get them back.
Connected.
We want to give the sawmill some room so we can do upgrade extensions on it. We're dealing only with lumber here. So at the moment, we're going to want to do the employee quarter, which we can't do until we get some lumber. Okay, let's get some signals in here to break it up a bit. Now, where can we put, now that we've got all this going, we can put our depot right here and merge them into these 3 tracks. We can put it right here and merge them into this way. I don't think I'm going to do it that way. That way we don't interfere with potential growth of the lumberyard there. So let's rotate this, see how it wants to auto-connect.
Connection lost.
Okay, so let's get trains going on the wood route first. Engines. We can now use the Prussian. Here's some trains that use the coal that I was talking about. The Prussians move faster. They're shorter in length. The Baldwin is 1.1 in length, and the Prussian is 0.57. The advantage to the Prussian is we can get more cars and haul more wood potentially. Since they're going to be sitting, if we have more cars, they're going to be sitting in the station waiting, as opposed to on the tracks waiting. And won't have to pay as much upkeep. Now that's pretty close, 5.97. That's pretty good. So this first one, let's take care of the left route first. So this first one, we want orders. We want to send it to Station 1. We want it to
Connected.
unload. We don't need to tell it to unload because it is just going to be hauling wood. We want it to load here. Come down to Station 2, so we click plus, tell it to come to, well, Station 6. And we want it to unload. And let's get that train out on the road going. And around it goes. Now let's do the same thing. Make another one. And let's give it the exact same orders. Let's do, how's my money? Let's do one more doing this exact same thing. Okay, now we want to create another train. This one's going to the other log area. So we want to give it orders, plus come to this station over here, full load, plus come to this station over here, unload, and start. Let's go ahead and do that 2 more times. Let's get 3 going to each one. I might need to move this signal. I don't know if it is spaced far enough for a train to fit in that gap.
Connection lost. We got 2 of them going there, so let's get our 3rd one. Oh, wrong damn. Oh, didn't buy it because I didn't have lumber tokens. That's good. And on this one, we want to do orders and we want to mimic train 10. Okay, so now we've got all of our ones that's been hauling
wood down to the lumber yard. As you can see, we've got 200 lumber sitting here. Now we need to get trains hauling lumber. They're going to be coming along here, up here, veering off here, going in there, and back. So, let's see if we get 2 trains sitting in here.
Connected.
The third train will back up right here, which is acceptable. So let's go with the Prussian and make sure that we filter out lumber. Let's see how many can we get in our 6 right there. Let's give it orders. We want it to go right here to the lumber yard. We want it to fill up. We want it to come over here to the tool shop and unload. And let's do that 2 more times. Okay, so if you look now, we've got some lumber tokens coming in. We can collect some rewards down here. What do we got? We got money for delivery of logs, at least 3 station extensions, on at least 6 trains. Wants us to buy the new locomotive. That's the one I mentioned earlier that requires three coal upgrades. To get those, you have to come down here and do an extension on your train depot at the locomotive works. That unlocks that. But that is for once we get coal in place. Now, I could cheat and get this coal mine into this loop here. But if you look, we're waiting on lumber, and I don't want to tie up a track for coal. Let's just, on the first episode, we found a spot that had relatively decent amount of coal close to a works here. So I can haul all these 3 things of coal to here. This would be an ideal place if this steel mill was a little more centrally located over here. 2 iron, 2 coal to steel, then to the yard there would be pretty good. Over here we've got 1 coal, 2 steel, or 2 iron to the steel mill, but we don't have a tool works to deliver the finished steel to. But we're getting ahead of ourselves again. That's yet another episode. We still have the coal episode and then the steel episode. So for now, since we got our money going, if we take a quick look over here, you can see how the cities have been growing. You see how all the houses are filling in next to the roads as mentioned. And we're getting some pretty good coverage there. If you watch, the trains fill up pretty quickly.
Connection
because
lost.
We've got more people going into them. And this one you can see a pattern of how the computer likes to develop. If you look, you can see how it's developed down here first, and then it's developed there. I would have preferred these houses not be developed. So if you're picky, you could go with this first road, and once all these houses are here and the rest of the place fills in, then add this other road to get this last road here. But we got some money, so let's get some extensions going. We've got our restaurant. That's going to get us more money. And come over to this one. Do the extension, get our restaurant on this one. We don't have enough timber yet to get this signal box. And then come on over to this one here, and let's get our restaurant here as well. Oh, we gotta wait on timber. We have tough choice.
Connected.
Tough choice. We can do iron or passengers. Since I've already got passengers set up, let's go ahead and do it. When we complete it, 2,000 passengers, we're going to get 100 wood tokens and 100 coal tokens. Just politics, connect two places. Where's Coventry? There's Coventry. Coventry, by the way, was where I was born. Coventry, England. And Leeds. And there's Leeds. And where are they in relationship to each other? Right there. Not in a rush to do it, but we can get that done as we get more stuff in place. If we look down here at Ipswich, you can see it's developing quite nicely. We've got 350 people sitting here at the station waiting to go places. Ipswich is sending 41 people to the station. And Cambridge 44. And Keys 41. Okay, so now that we've rehashed that, let's call this an episode so it's not too long, and we'll be right back and with episode 3, which is going to be getting coal production in place. So, here's our wood. We've got basically 3 trains to each station. So we got a total of 6 trains hauling logs into our sawmill. Let's see if we got enough to do the extension on the sawmill. We do. Let's get that out there. Another thing we might want to do is look at how we can upgrade this station here. We're dealing with freight instead of passengers, so we want storage building, freight stations, and signal box. We're not bringing in coal or iron, so we don't need those. So overall, we're going to need 380 wood and 100 coal. We're at 65 wood, so let's just hang out a little longer till we get our 80 lumber tokens. And we're getting, it looks like 6 per train load, maybe more. Now if we look real close, this station is now producing these wooden crates. There is no use for these wooden crates at this moment. So that is going to be something incorporated into a future patch and a future age. If we come over here to the hat and look at achievements, down here we have achievements for delivering steel, richest guy ever, delivering gold, delivering mail, mail's in the game, delivering oil, delivering diesel, delivering uranium, delivering cobblestone, and delivering cement. Okay, so in the game now is Steam Age, or an early Steam Age. So, the next one's coming in, which is supposed to be in by Christmas, is the Diesel Age. So I'm assuming that those crates are going to have something to do with diesel. And we've got the Age of Diesel. We've got Early Diesel and the Age of Diesel. Early Age of Electric. Age of Electric, Monorail, and Maglev. So, it sounds as though we're going to have monorails and electric rails and magnetic levitated bullet trains in the future. There's also going to be steel tokens, diesel tokens, concrete tokens, electric tokens, and superconductor tokens. So the future of the game is looking bright. He's already got achievements made, apparently. He's also got those linked to Steam. So now that he's got all that done, he's pretty much got to get that stuff working for us. That's a little hint into what's to come. But enough for this episode. Like I said a moment ago before I started rambling again, we're going to end this episode here after, yes, I know, we get that, did we get that extension? What was it we were going to extend for 80? That right there, freight station. And now our station will load things faster and hold more logs. Eventually we're going to get goods in here quicker than the sawmill can cut them up. So we're going to end up stockpiling logs at this station. And on to the next episode. Have a good day. See you on episode 3.